So what is the most destructive force on the planet? Is it nukes? Is it natural disasters? Is it pandemics? Is it war? No, I don't think it's any of those. I think it's corruption. Because corruption is the only force on the planet that allows every other crisis to happen. Corruption fuels every existential threat we face and has brought down every empire in history. The Romans collapsed because of corruption. The Mongol Empire could defeat everyone, but the greed of its own Khans brought it down. The French aristocracy lost their heads for the opulence of Versailles. The Tsardom of Russia ended in a hail of bullets after corruption brought the entire dynasty to its knees. And today, we are watching about 12 billionaires strip the copper wires out of the walls of democracy and wage endless war while the workers of the world crash out into the worst poverty the world has ever known. Corruption did all of this. But at least historically, corruption was a kind of personal thing. Some dictator takes power, steals all the money, puts their incompetent children and cousins into positions of power they have no business being in, and then the whole thing just kind of collapses because of incompetence. But today, under capitalism, Capitalism is a whole other beast entirely, because capitalism not only allows corruption, it needs it. Capitalism needs exploitation, colonization, resource theft, and violent imperialism, as well as the destruction of the natural world to keep the profits growing. And it can only do all of that by lobbying all the governments into a state of total corruption. And now look at us. We face not one, but 5 existential threats. We face overproduction because we are wasting all of our precious resources to make fucking Funko Pops and drive endless consumerism, pollution, rubbish and shit we don't need. Exploitation on a global scale is seeing most of the world thrown into poverty just so billionaires can make more profits. The wealth stratification of the planet has allowed moronic tech bros to muster more power than entire governments. Imperialism feeds endless war and enforces global resource theft and de facto slavery for most of the world's population, again, just so a few small people can make all the profits in the world. And then, of course, we have ecocide. We are destroying the planet, the planet we need to live, just for profits. This system is suicidal and has to end before it ends us. And I'll be blunt, the only viable alternative available to us this late in the game is socialism. We must, as a necessity, decommodify life. We need to abolish landlords, we need to socialize housing, we need to make healthcare and education a universal right for everyone. We need economic democratic workplaces where worker councils can replace the billionaire looters, and we need unions to enforce accountability of workplace laws. We need radical justice to seize billionaire wealth and use it to fund the immediate emergency green transition. We need land back to get full, real justice and end the colonial structures that uphold all of the inequality. We need planned abundance to redirect trillions of dollars from war into renewable energy and sustainability. We need global repair. We must cancel all the neo-colonial debts and return every stolen resource and artifact and build anti-imperialist solidarity. Now, all of that might sound utopian or a dream, but I assure you it is a necessity to our survival. The cold hard truth is capitalism is a zombie system in a suit, and its need for endless profit growth is leading to our extinction. This decade demands humanity's defining choice. We must dismantle billionaire rule and capitalism through mass struggle, or we are going to perish in the collapse. It's as simple as that. Socialism is not utopian. It is not a dream. It is not a wish list. It is the minimum necessary requirement for planetary and human survival. We have no future under capitalism. None of us do, not even the billionaires. But under socialism, all of us might just have a chance. Anyway, if you want to hear the long version of this rant, and I assure you it is quite long, it is now available, obviously, in the Triploi Podcast. So go check it out if you're interested. It's available in all the podcasty places. And hopefully this has given you something to think about.